This is CTI News, giving you the current trends and issues in education.
Good morning. Today is November 28, 2021. This is April Joy Mainit Felia Gonzalo, CTI News. Breaking news, teachers, 21st century skills. 21st century skills refer to the knowledge, life skills, career skills, habits, and traits that are critically important to student success in today's world, particularly as students move on to college, to workforce, and adult life. These 21st century skills are more important to students now than ever before. They not only provide a framework for successful learning in the classroom, but ensure students can thrive in a world where change is constant and learning never stops. And they are also tremendously important for our nation's well being. There are 12 21st century skills. They are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, information, media, technology, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. These skills are intended to help students keep up with the lightning pace of today's modern markets. Each skill is unique in how it helps students, but they all have one quality in common. They're essential in the age of the internet. The 12 21st century skills are categorized into three. To start, let's dive into the three categories that 21st century skills fall into. Ma'am Janice Jensen will be giving us the information about the first category, learning skills. Ma'am Janice?
Hello everyone. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Now I will be sharing the first among three categories of the 21st century skills, the learning skills. Learning skills are also called the forces, which is considered as the most popular 21st century skills. More educators know about these skills because they're universal needs for any career. It is consist of four skills: the critical thinking, the creativity, collaboration, and communication. Arguably, critical thinking is the most important quality for someone to have in health sciences. In business settings, critical thinking is essential to improvement. It's the mechanism that weeds out problems and replaces them with fruitful endeavors. It's what helps students figure stuff out for themselves when they don't have a teacher at their disposal. Creativity is equally important as a means of adaptation. This skill empowers students to see concepts in a different light, which leads to innovation. In any field, innovation is key to the adaptability of overall success of a company. Learning creativity or a skill requires someone to understand that the way things have always been done may have been best 10 years ago. Somebody that has to change. Collaboration, on the other hand, means getting students to work together, achieve compromises, and get the best possible results from solving a problem. Collaboration is considered the most difficult concept in the forces, but once it mastered, it can bring back companies from brink of bankruptcy. The key element of collaboration is willingness. All participants have to be willing to sacrifice parts of their own ideas and adopt others to get the result of the company. That means understanding the idea of a greater good, which this case tends to be company-wide success. Finally, communication is the glue that brings all these educational qualities together. It is a requirement for any company to maintain profitability. It's crucial for students to learn how to effectively convey ideas among different personality types. That has the potential to eliminate confusion in the workplace, which makes your students valuable parts in their teams, departments, and companies. Effective communication is also one of the most underrated soft skills in the United States. For many, it's viewed as given, and some companies may even take good communication for granted. But when employees communicate poorly, whole projects fall apart.
Ma'am Flora David will give us further information about the second category, literacy skills. Ma'am Flora?
Hello everyone. So today I will share to you the second category of 21st century skills, which is literacy skills or the IMT, the information, media, and technology. Literacy skills are the next category of 21st century skills. They're sometimes called IMT skills, and they are each concerned with the different elements in digital comprehension. Let us define literacy skills. Literacy skills focuses on how students can discern facts, publishing outlets, and the technology behind them. It has a strong focus on determining trustworthy sources and factual information to separate it from the misinformation that floods the internet. We have three 21st century literacy skills, and these are information literacy, understanding facts, figures, statistics, and data; media literacy, understanding the methods and outlets in which information is published; and technology literacy, which is understanding the machines that make the information age possible. What is information literacy? Information literacy can be defined as a process of attaining knowledge. This includes determine the information need, access information, evaluate sources, incorporate into knowledge base, use information effectively, and understand legal and ethical issues. Information literacy is the foundational skill. It helps students understand facts, especially data points that they'll encounter online. More importantly, it teaches them how to separate facts from fiction. In an age of chronic misinformation, finding truth online has become a job all on its own. It's crucial that students can identify honesty on their own. Otherwise, they can fall prey to myths, misconceptions, and outright lies. Next, we have media literacy. So what is media literacy? Media literacy is the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, create, and act using all forms of communication. Media literacy is the practice of identifying publishing methods, outlets, and sources while distinguishing between the ones that are credible and the ones that aren't. Just like the previous skill, media literacy is helpful for finding truth in a world that's saturated with information. This is how students find trustworthy sources of information in their lives, and without it, anything that looks credible becomes credible. But with it, they can learn which media outlets or formats to ignore. They also learn which ones to embrace and which is equally important. Lastly, we have technology literacy. So what is technology literacy? Technology literacy is the ability to safely, responsibly, creatively, and effectively use appropriate technology to communicate, access, collect, manage, integrate, and evaluate information, and use technology to meet personal needs, interests, and learning styles. Technology literacy goes another step further to teach students about the machines involved in the information age. As computers, cloud programming, and mobile devices become more important to the world needs more people to understand those concepts. Technology literacy gives students the basic information they need to understand what gadgets perform, what tasks, and why. This understanding removes the intimidating feeling that technology tends to have. After all, if you don't understand how technology works, it might as well be magic. But technology literacy unmasks the high-powered tools that run today's world. As a result, students can adapt the world more effectively and they can play an important role in its evolution. They might even guide its future. But to truly round out a student's 21st century skills, they need to learn from a third category.
This time, Ma'am June Christy Galasio will give us an insight about the third category, life skills. Ma'am June?
To truly round out a student's 21st century skills, they need to learn from the third category, the life skills. This is the abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enables individuals to deal effectively with the demands and challenges of everyday life. There are 5 life skills, and they are known by its acronym FLIPS, or FLIPS, which stands for flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. Flexibility, expression of someone's ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Further, flexibility is crucial to a student's long-term success in a career. It's knowing when to change, how to change, and how to react to change is a skill that will pay dividends for someone's entire life. As it is said, be willing to change because life won't stay the same. Leadership. Entry-level workers need leadership skills for the reasons that it helps them understand the decisions that leaders make. As in, when someone's penchant for setting goals, walking a team through the steps required, and achieving those goals collaboratively is leadership in form. As always, great leaders don't tell you what to do. They show you how it's done. Initiative, or better known as intrinsic motivation. It relates to an individual starting projects, developing plans, and executing strategies on their own. These might be hardest to learn and practice, but students need to learn it to fully succeed. Since there is no elevator to success, you have to take the stairs. Productivity. In business terms, it is called efficiency, which the common goal is to get more done in less time. It is an ability to complete work in an appropriate amount of time. In here, the students might discover the ways in which they work best while gaining an appreciation for how others work as well. Indeed, productivity is never an accident. It is the result of a commitment. Social skills. This is crucial to the ongoing success of a professional. Success is often achieved with connections, since social skills is an excellent tool for forging long-lasting relationships. The rise of social media and instant communications have changed the nature of human interactions. Nevertheless, at the bottom of a cosmopolitan are many amazing, beautiful voices. Be merry with the tones. Now, we have established what life skills are. The more we develop life skills individually, the more these affect and benefit the world in which we live in. This is June Christy Galasio giving you the updates.
So, what's the demand for 21st century skills? While 21st century skills have always been important, they've become essential in a worldwide market that moves faster by the day. These skills all double back to one key factor: someone's ability to enact and or adapt to change. That's why many teachers like you are incorporating the 21st century skills assessment into their career readiness courses. With 21st century skills, your students will have the adaptive qualities they need to keep up with a business environment that's constantly evolving. Teachers, how do we teach the 21st century skills? Watch this.
A chalkboard, a desk, the homework, the books. The day begins and ends when the bells ring. For centuries now, this has defined what all of us think about school. We have come to believe that this is the one way that students will learn. And with that belief, we have taught all of our students in pretty much the exact same way. But the world has changed, and what it means to be ready to succeed in the future has also changed. That means our model of learning must change. It's happening now, and it needs to happen even more, in more places, for all students, especially for those for whom the current system isn't working. There is strong data that shows we need to rethink learning. Like remodeling a house, we're not just adding a new coat of paint, we're updating the outdated parts and making it more modern and efficient, strengthening what works and fixing what doesn't. Gone are the days when some students can excel and others just get by. Our society needs all kids to excel at high levels. And to make this happen, we need to engage our students like never before. This is student-centered learning. It incorporates a student's skills and interests into the learning process, making the experience more personalized and involving the student in his or her own future. What makes this work? There are 4 key principles of student-centered learning. Number 1, learning is personalized. Personalized learning happens when teachers know students, have strong relationships with them, and can meet students where they are in their development. Number 2, learning is competency-based. Learning is about the information and skills a student has mastered, not just moving through a curriculum. In a competency-based system, students can proceed at their own pace in every subject, enabling teachers to respond to individual needs, interests, and challenges. Number 3, learning happens anytime, anywhere. Students will often make important discoveries about themselves and the world around them when they learn beyond the traditional school day and outside the traditional school walls. Learning doesn't start and stop when the bells ring. And number 4, the last key to student-centered learning is students take ownership. Don't make a decision about students without students. They play a direct role in their own success, actively engaging with the process to ensure the impact is lasting and meaningful. For student-centered learning to work, all 4 of these principles must work together. This is not an a la carte approach. It's reimagining education so it works for all students. The fact is, our world is changing. And with the latest in child development research, we know better than ever before how children and young adults learn. The facts are there, and they point to the need for a new system of learning designed around each student. And when this student becomes stronger and more focused, all of us will benefit from a new generation that is contributing to our communities and our world in so many ways. This is student-centered learning.
This is our group presentation. Members: April Joy Mainit Villa Gonzalo, Flora May S. David, June Christy B. Galasio, and Janice Jensen. Thank you for watching.